Hi class, this is your instructor, Jerry Jankowski. This is an example of how I did a quick logo for a brochure I'm going to work on along with you. Your assignment is to design initially a logo for the venue that you are going to create a brochure for. So that could be a botanical garden, that could be a animal shelter, that could be a ski resort. So one of those three you pick as your venue, create a logo for it, come up with a name, a new name, and after you get the logo done, then we will start on the brochure. All right, I made up a fictitious Palm Springs desert garden. Doesn't really exist. I picked Palm Springs. I could have picked Temecula, Joshua Tree, a lot of places out in the desert here in California. I just picked Palm Springs. All right, what I want to show you is how easy it is to get some of these vector forms. You could obviously make this. It wouldn't be too difficult in Adobe Illustrator. And I hope you use Adobe Illustrator for this, even though the brochure will be done in InDesign. Logos are much easier to do in Adobe Illustrator. So I do hope you do know how to use it. If you don't, you can do it in InDesign. It is possible, but InDesign is much more it's much more appropriate for layout. All right, I want to show you here where I got these images. Let's go to, here we go. Put this up here, Vecteezy. This is where I got this. I would encourage you to sign up for free and then log in. I'm going to put a search for a agave plant, agave. I want that to be my signature plant for this desert garden. All right, so let's go. And here we go. Look at all of this stuff. This is just incredible, all of this stuff that's available to you. All right, so you can download most of this. Occasionally they will ask you for money. They will insist that you put who the creator is. So that's called an attribution. You put the name. This one is no attribution required. So this is just an example, all right? So you need some nice flat vector art. This goes really well with Adobe Illustrator. Go to Vecteezy, right? It's right here. All right, so that's where I got this. I imported it, and I did a type treatment for it. This type, let's move this over here. The font is Myriad Pro. I like sans serif fonts. Those are the fonts without those little things on the tops and the bottoms. It's much cleaner font, and be careful when you use serif fonts. They do have their place, but right now they are not that popular. But for something like this, a treatment like this, yeah, I think it could work. But I would not do it for smaller type, all right, for the text type. So anyway, here we go, Myriad Pro. My character here, Myriad Pro. And when you download it, make sure you download the whole family. Look at how much is in this family. And some of it is being cut off by the screen, but there is a lot of fonts in this family. So it's Myriad Pro with all these subset families. Make sure everything is downloaded, all right? You want the whole thing. I'm going to do my entire brochure with just Myriad Pro, all right? And if you go onto my YouTube site, Jerry Jankowski, YouTube, there's my dog and me. If you go here, there also is help downloading the fonts. Let's see, where are we here? Where's downloading fonts? It's how to download Adobe fonts. Not find it right now, but the name of it is how to load fonts from Adobe CC. load, download, same thing. So I don't quite see it, but I assure you, it's here somewhere. I'm not making this up. So find it somewhere on here, okay? I don't want to waste too much time here. Here it is. When I scrunch this, it just kind of the location of it gets me confused. So how to load fonts from Adobe CC. So this is look at this. Don't just use the same fonts all the time. Start with new fonts. If you got the subscription to Adobe CC, this is part of what you bought. So there's a great selection of different fonts. All right, let's get back over here. When you download this is generally called clipart, you really need to do something to it. Don't just do clipart and stop. So what I did was I decided I would put this brown blossoming spike in it. I don't know, maybe it's dying. I'm not quite sure if it's what process it's in, but it doesn't matter. Then I use this brown for Desert Garden. This green here, this blue-green, is for Palm Springs. And it wouldn't work on top. It gets too high. I guess I still could put it, but I did it next to it and did this tight flush left rather than centered like here. I think it's more interesting. All right. So there we go. That's my logo. I'm going to be using this on my brochure, which is going to be the next tutorial. But right now, I want to put it as a sticker, a decal on the back of a car. All right. I'm going to group all of this. Object, group. I'm also going to hold down the Option or Alt key and make it 2 of them. You get the double arrow when you hold down the Option Alt key. All right. Now I'm going to do a marquee, or basically a box around this, and select it all. See over here for swatches? Let's do white. I'm going to put it on a car window that's really dark, so I'm going to use white. You see a lot of the stickers on cars are white as it is, so it's usually a pretty light color. I'm going to do white. It's there. Can't see it, but it is there. All right, what I also will be giving you is a free, it's free to me and it's free to you, a back window sticker. All right. Photoshop is opening up. So this brochure assignment is basically InDesign, but you'll be using Photoshop and you'll be using Illustrator a little bit to bring stuff in. Okay? So here we go. We're in Photoshop now. Let's go back here, move this out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Command C, copy. Okay, so I'm going from Illustrator to Photoshop, which is pretty cool. I don't have to really convert it to another JPEG or whatever. I can just do it directly. Command V, paste. I want to do pixels. All right, there we are. Okay, I want to position it in the corner here. It's a little bit too big. Just go to one of these corners. You don't even have to hold the Shift key down. Just go to one of the corners and pull it in. Okay. Let's go up here to the Move tool. Click. Oops. There it is. My mouse acts up a little bit. All right, go to one of the corners. You'll see this cursor turn into a curve and just move your logo. There you go. Click, click. You basically are done. You can position it a little bit differently. And that's it. So this is what I'd like you to send in for a grade, your final logo, and this logo positioned on a car as a back window or a bumper sticker. I will give you this photograph. I also have another photograph if you want to put it on a bumper sticker. All right. So let's save this as a PDF. It's in Photoshop. So let's do a save as. Back window sticker. Make sure you put your name. Jerry Dash. Back window sticker, PSD. That's a Photoshop file. You want a JPEG, or better yet, let's just stick with PDFs. All right, PDFs. This is my folder. It's called Palm Springs Desert Garden Brochure, and save. It's going to ask you high quality print. Do the latest, which is 9/10, and save, and you are done.